Okay, hello everyone. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so today we will be learning firstly how to place walls in Revit. Okay, so topics that will be covered today will be creating walls and wall modify, exploring wall families, wall location, height, depth constraints, compound walls and wall layers, and edit profile. So first of all, creating walls. So I can just firstly go to ribbon, then architecture tab, and then build panel, and then wall. Uh, either I can keep the command WA and this thing will appear. So these are the walls. Architectural structure will be usually using wall architectural. After that, there are few types of wall: basic walls, stacked walls, and curtain walls. Today we'll be learning about basic walls, in which we have generic wall and compound wall. So the difference between generic wall and compound wall is generic wall is simply a wall which is made out of one material, and compound wall will be having a covering to our main structure, say plaster or tiling and any of that what we wish to use. Okay, so the wall location. Whenever we'll be placing a wall, it will be picked from one line, say exterior or interior or core boundary. So on this green tab, we have water wall center line, core center line, finish face exterior. So finish face will be this, and core face. For example, if we have this, our core, these two dotted lines, then it will be selected from either here or here. Okay. Now high depth constraints. So whenever we'll be making a wall, we'll be setting it on base constraint, say level 1. So as of now, these walls are on the base level 1. And we can select our top constraint, which is level 2, right? And if we keep it unconnected, so we can always give it any height we wish to. Similarly, we can give depth to the wall, and we can just give it, say, level 2 or level 2 as top constraint. And I can even give an offset after giving it a level. Say if I wish to use a 4300 wall, so I'll be keeping it at level 2, and then I'll be giving an offset of 300. Or I can keep it unconnected. I can simply give it 4300. Okay. Now compound wall layers. So when I'll type to the properties of my wall, say this type properties will appear, and I'll click to this structure edit. And when I'll edit it, this edit assembly will arrive. Okay. And now I can select my structure, which is as of now concrete masonry. In our situation, in India context, we'll be selecting a brick wall, 9 inches, which is usually. And then we can have finish on the top part of the wall or the bottom part of the wall. Okay, so the left or right of the wall, if we see it in section. And then we can always edit the profile of wall. We'll be learning this in Revit, how these cuts can be created, right? That's it. Let's jump to Revit. Okay, so yesterday we made some walls, say this wall, right? And now I wish to make a basic wall, which is generic wall, what I'll do is I'll edit type. I'll click on this edit type. And first of all, I'll duplicate this wall. So I want this wall to be in Revit, whatever is in the first place, and I'll just duplicate it. And here I'll type 9 inches brick wall. Okay, now it has been created, 9 inches brick wall. And now I'll edit my structure. Okay, I can make it smaller a little bit. And now I can also preview whatever here it is. I can preview it like this. So for example, I'll keep my structure as brick. I'll type brick. So variety of bricks will come, and I'll use this brick common, say. Okay, right. And I'll change this to say 230 mm, which is 9 inches. Okay. And now I'll just delete others because I want a generic wall. I deleted it. So this is a very basic wall which has arrived. Now I'll click OK. OK. And now if I'll place this, say I'll type, or I can go to this wall architectural, and I'll click here to select wall which we created, 9 inches brick wall. Right. So now I can place my wall anywhere I wish to, even like this. Or I can give a command WA and this will come. So I can change my shape from here. So say if I want rectangle, this will come. If I want polygon, this will come. And even curved walls. So I'm typing WA. I can make curved walls too, like this. Okay. Now I'll just delete it. I'll just select these, and now I'll make them 9 inches brick wall. Like this you can make. Okay. Similarly, now will you be making compound walls? How it can be made? Okay. So now I'll click on edit type. I'll duplicate this. I'll name it with plaster for compound. So this is with plaster. I'll edit type. I'll go to structure. Now I'll insert like this. So I'm inserting something and it is appearing here. So I can keep it above my core boundary or below my core boundary. If I click up here, so it will go above the core boundary. So I can change it to say finish or membrane layer, thermal layer. I'll keep this to finish 1 and this finish 1. And I'll change the material of this finish. Say I'll select plaster and OK. And I'll give a thickness of maybe 20 mm. I'll use this plaster here too, and I'll give a thickness of 20 mm. So if you see, whenever I'm changing the thickness here, it is showing up here in the preview. right? So I'll now click OK. Okay. And okay, it is not being shown properly. This is something which changes the line weights to simple or whatever the line weight is. So if I click here, this will now show the core boundary. Okay, so this is my brick wall and these are the plasters. So this is how we can add more layers or more things to the wall. Now I can also use one of the command which is match properties similar to AutoCAD. So here I'll type MA, I'll select this and I'll select this. So this will change. So this is our generic common wall and we'll change it to compound wall by using MA, match properties. Now I'll just match property these. Okay, so now coming to elevations. So these are as of now unconnected. Okay, so try to understand. This is the location line. This is the base constraint and base offset, top constraint and unconnected height. So what I'll do is I'll pick this wall, base constraint I'll keep to 0, and I'll put this top constraint to level 1. So this wall will come up to level 1, right? And if I'll keep unconnected, say, and now the unconnected height is 4000. If I change it to 6000 mm, so this will come up until here. Okay. So now I'll just keep it to level 1. And similarly, all the walls which we created, we'll keep it to 4000. No, not 4000. We'll keep it to level 1. Okay. Now when I'm, making a wall here, say WA. Okay, so it has to be made here. Like this. So it is already changing it to top constraint level 1. So if it doesn't, okay, so I can now WA edit type, edit the structure. Sample height can be changed too. So for example, if I want every wall which is being created, I want it at 4000. So it will always make it to 4000. Say if I wish to change its space constraint to level 1, so it won't be changed because the top constraint is already level 1. So for that, I need to change it first, level 2, and then level 1, and then it will be changed. Now I can always align my this wall to this wall. For that, we will be using command AL. So I'll click this first and then this one. So it will be now aligned. Okay. So this is how you make walls in Revit. Any doubts? Please respond with yes or no. If no, then we shall proceed to other lecture. Okay, so no response. So I am assuming it as a no. So we shall continue with it and we shall start the new lecture. So now, coming to the floors. Okay, so today we'll be learning about creation of architectural floor slab, slope floor, and floor layer functions. So what we have to do is we'll go to architecture on ribbon, we'll go to architecture tab, build panel, and then floor tool. So this is our floor tool, and we can just sketch our floor, and then the floor will be created. And we can also give it a sloping effect by using slopes. So we'll be entering the values of level at tail, height offset at tail, level at head, height offset at head, and then the sloping floor will be created. So floor layer functions. So similar to walls, floor also has core boundary, structure, finish, and we can add on anything we wish to. That's it. Now we'll come to Revit. I'll just delete this wall. Now I'll come to level 0 first. So here is our walls. Now what we'll do is coming to architecture tab, build floor. So I'll just click on this floor, and now I can either use my line tool, and then I'll use trim, which is TR. I can either use this or I can type TR. So this is how something which is called fillet in AutoCAD, we can use this as trim in Revit. Done. It was already in level 0. Perfect. So this is how floor will be created. Or what I can do is I can simply make a rectangle like this. Then I'll click to this green tick and the floor will be generated like this. Now there are more other ways to make floors. Okay. For editing this existing floor, what I'll do is I'll just double click on it. So these pink line will be shown. I can also use this pick lines. So I'll click on this and then I'll pick line. This I want, this I want, this I want, and this. So I click yes, and I'll go to my 3D. So this is floor. Okay. Now if you see, if say I move this my wall, so this is being moved. Let me just see. Okay, so now I can also give an offset while selecting pick lines. Say I'm giving it 300 mm. So when I click here, to this line, it will automatically give a 300 offset to it. Right. And I'll just click OK. And now the floor is wet. Now, if you see, this floor is not being continued when I am moving my wall. Earlier it was moving, maybe it was the same line on which the pick line was picked, but it won't be happening if I give an offset like this. So I'm moving it, floor is not being moved. Okay. For that, what I'll do is, so that my floor also moves, I'll just edit this sketch. I'll delete these lines and I'll use my pick walls. So I click on it. I'll give an offset of say 450 and now I'll simply pick my walls like this. Okay. And now I'll click on this green tick. So the floor is created now. And now when I'll move my wall, my floor will also be moving. Okay. So this is the advantage of using pick walls. I would suggest while making floors, ceilings, and roofs, you should always use pick walls so that just in case in future you are required to change the plan, so your floors, ceilings, and roofs will also be changed. Okay. Now coming to the sloping roof. I'll go to my architecture tab, floor, and I'll simply make a floor here. And then I'll give it an arrow slope. Okay. Say if I'm giving from here to here, and then I'll click here. And if you see it in elevation, a sloping roof, a sloping floor has been created. Okay. So this is how you make sloping floors in it. There is another way of making this using ramps. We'll be learning on later stage. Okay. Any doubts? Okay, so let's just take a 1 or 2 minute break and then we shall continue. Okay, so now we will be learning about making doors and windows in Revit. ठीक है? Okay, so topics that will be covered today are placing doors, then door properties, and similarly placing windows and window properties. So in architecture tab, we have door and window here, right? Then when we'll click on it, we'll get a number of uh, doors which can be chosen. Okay, so say I have chosen this M single flush door, which has this width and this much of height. So I can always constrain it by changing the level. Here it is level 1. We can give it level 0, level 2, whatever level we have created. And then we can also give it a sill height. So if it is on sill height 0, then it will be on level 1. And if we give a sill height of say 20 mm, then it will be at the sill of 20 mm. Then we'll click on edit type and we'll get to this window, door properties. Okay. Here we can change the function, wall closure, material of the door, and majorly the dimension of the door. So if you see, here is width and here is the height. So I can always change my width and height from here. And this is the family of door, and it can be the length and width, thickness of the door can be changed anyway, anytime we wish to, right? So this is the family of door. How to create a family, we'll be learning it on next stages. But as of now, we'll just study how we change the height and width of the door and everything else. Now placing windows. Similar to doors, we can place our windows and we can give it a head height, which is the lintel height, or even the sill height. And here are the options, say M window double hung. And then we have further options of its sizes, which are being used in the Revit file. Now window properties, say I said sill height 915 and head height 1525. So that is how I can change it anytime I wish to. And similar to doors, we have height, width, material panels, and everything. Okay, so now we'll be making just a second. I'll come in a okay, extremely sorry. Okay, so we'll now come back to Revit. Level 0 will come to. So this is our level 0. Now we'll be placing door. I have an option of placing this from here. Okay, so let me just save the project first. It usually asks after 15-20 minutes to save the file. Right, so I haven't clicked it yet. So I have option to make it inside opening or outside. So I'll just click here and this door will be made. Right, now I'll click on door. I can change my door from here. So as of now, by default, there are only two doors. This is double flush door, and this is single. So similarly, I'll click here, and I have independence of making like this or this. So if I wish to change it to the other side of the door, I'll simply click on spacebar. So this will change like this. Okay. I'm clicking spacebar. So it is changing the swing. I'll click here, and this is now placed. So if I come to my 3D, okay, so these are the doors which we placed. So I'll click on it. I can change the level. As of now, there is no wall above, so it won't be changing to level 1. Let's just try. Yes, it won't be changing because there's no wall door there, a wall there. Okay. I can give a sill height of say 300 mm, and it will be changed like this. Okay. Now coming to the edit type. So I'll click on edit type. Then this will appear, and we have to change this first like this. Right. As of now, it is showing a floor plan view. I can change it from here. So say elevation exterior, then this will show. Elevation interior, then this will show. Like this, you can always change it. Okay. Now I want a 900 mm door into 2400 mm door. So I'll simply duplicate it. Okay. Now it is asking me to change the name. So I'll give it 900 mm and 24 mm like this. Done. We made it. And now we have to change the size too. Okay. If I simply click like this has only changed the name, not the size. So for that, I'll be changing the size from here, say 2400, and then 900. I'll click OK. So this, see, the size of the door increased. If I press Ctrl Z, so this was like this. See how the size is being changed. So this is how you can change the door size of your project. Okay. Now, okay, so the shortcut for making door is DR. So if I just press DR, and I can place doors like this. Okay. Okay, so now how to make windows. Similar to doors, we'll adjust our windows here like this. Okay. And okay, so in 3D too, I can place them, and in my plan view, I can also place it like this. Okay. Now, if you see, okay, so these can be changed like this too, doors. Okay, and simply similarly, windows can be changed also. So if you see, these window sashes are aligned to this exterior of the wall, and this is to interior of wall. So for changing this, I'll simply click on this, flip the instance facing. Right. Now, similar to door, I can change the size of window. Say edit type, it is as of now 910 into 910. I'll duplicate it just like we did our doors, say 1200 into 1500. Okay, so now we have to see where is the height is. So here is the height. Height to be changed as 1500 and width to be changed as 1200. Okay, so if you see, this is the window which we changed, right? And I can give it my sill height. So I can change it to 900. So it will be changed here. See, if I give it 300, it will be changed here. Okay. So this is how you can place your windows. Okay. Now, any doubts? There's no one in the meeting.